everybody. It's Fa here.
And Jack, what's up?
Great.
Hope y'all doing well.
Another stream. Happy Friday. It's
Friday. It's
10 p.m. on the East Coast over here.
Yeah, give us a drop down below. Let us know if you're here. If you're
What's up,
not on the YouTube,
Israel? Named after our country. Hey.
Go to youtube.com/the philosopher. Make sure to hit like and subscribe and notifications. We don't have a cute animation yet. We need to make a cute animation.
Smash that like.
We gotta smash it. Yeah, we'll physically smash the like.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Paul?
What's up?
What's up, John?
Representing your states, I see.
So everybody's coming on in. So
what's
we got a fun, low-key but fun night.
Yeah, so it's another monthly live stream and brought to you by my monthly supporters over on Patreon and Subscribestar. And today's or this month's topic that was chosen by everybody was, well, not everyone, but the poll.
Democracy is always a failure.
The option that was chosen the most, majority ruled, I guess, was about how the government actually had radiation experiments performed on U.S. citizens. So we're going to be going through another historical event here. And then just like we do every month, we're going to have a segment on some memes. Anything else that we were going to do?
Tonight, nothing crazy. Yeah, we're just going to go over the topic. We'll do the memes. We'll mention some stuff like what's coming up. So, for example,
for the memes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and our events.
We got events. We're going to Pork Fest.
Yeah, let's start there. Let's start with the events.
Talk about that.
Yeah, so coming up in terms of events for this year, we have Pork Fest coming up in June. That's next month. And it's from like June 19th to June 25th. I don't know. It's going to be a really huge year for Pork Fest. We ourselves have never been. Mm-hmm. And as you can see on the screen, this is going to be their 20th annual Freedom Festival. So they've had lots of turnout last year. They sold out. So I anticipate this year being like the second decade, celebration is going to be pretty massive. So really excited for that. In addition, we're actually going to be having our own concert as well. Be cool if they could put it on the website. But
and we should say specifically, I did just send them the images today for that. But yes, we're officially booked to be a main event, for Pork Fest. So we actually are going to perform live on the main stage at the Pavilion or the PAV.
Yeah, several of our songs, right, for 30 minutes.
So I don't even know anymore because it's like originally the window we were going to do 30 minutes and then they said 6 to 7 as a whole window. So I guess we could do stuff up to an hour. So maybe we'll talk in between our music or this, that, or just, whatever. But definitely between the 6 and 7 p.m. hour on Tuesday of the event. And I think that's Tuesday. Let me just make sure. Not because I'm pretty sure it starts on Sunday. So let me just make sure I'm not goofing this. Okay. So it is Tuesday wrong month. Tuesday the 20th. Right. So Tuesday the 20th is when our main performance is at Pork Fest. We're going to be doing live music, for that.
I think that's that. And also we have, we're going to be performing a couple of our songs, not as long and not on as huge of a stage or anything, but it's going to be for the emo caucus. They like a couple of our songs and found it emo-esque, so we're gonna go ahead and perform that as well. Is that also Tuesday night?
So the emo night specifically that we're gonna perform a couple of our more emo-oriented songs. At this point, I'm pretty sure it's at 8:45 p.m. arena to 9:15, 9:30 arena, somewhere in there. So between 8:45, 9:15, 9:30. So we'll be doing a second performance with different songs from the main. So if you see this stuff on the main on Tuesday night, definitely go to the emo night too, because we will be doing different songs from the main for emo night. So you'll have multiple opportunities for cool, fun music and dancing and goofing.
Okay, so that's Tuesday and Thursday.
Tuesday and Thursday.
Okay.
Right, of the Pork Fest.
And then do you know where people would find information? Like, not just you verbally saying it, but like, can you find it on the website?
So basically, just to make it as easy as possible, go to porkfest.com. So PORCFEST, porkfest.com. I mean, if you just Google Porkfest, it's going to come right up because it's, it's a thing. So, but that's, you'll have everything up there that you need. It has come and stay, directions festival.
I'm more just curious about like the tickets, like, so ticketing tickets. And then like if they wanted to come see our concert or anything like that, how would they find information about that?
So
is there separate tickets for
There's no separate tickets. So Porkfest is just one ticket for the whole thing.
Got it.
And so you can come for as long or as little as you want.
Roam around, see all the other vendors and whatever heck is going on. I'm so excited.
Exactly.
All the different tents.
So there, and there's cool stuff there too. Not just obviously us doing music. There's all kinds of vendors, and people.
What are you from the UK?
Right.
Vendors.
Providing delicious food, selling gold and silver and crypto and other stuff, and other types of cool creative projects. People hanging out, having talks. So it's like everything and everything.
And people open carrying.
Yes, people will
have
be
a lot of that
open
because you can open carry in New Hampshire.
Right. There probably will be some ham, bacon bits, loin, butt ribs. Exactly. There probably will be some of that. Definitely going to be some barbecue.
Wonder if you've been there, Paul.
So
sounds good. That's a lot of different pork. I like beef myself. I'm a beef person. I can deal with pork once in a while, but
once in a rare moon.
I like beef.
And then we should also mention here.
Yeah, so that's Pork Fest. Hope to see you guys next month. A lot of you, and I think there will be lots of people who are going to meet in person for the first time. So
definitely,
yeah. And then our other event. Thanks for pulling up. That's with Lou Perez. For those of you that don't know, he's a comedian. He also was the main actor for We the Internet TV for a long time. And we're going to be hosting a unique pho events, never before done. We've had 2 pho events before, but instead of just a talk, this one's going to be a comedy show. So we have 3 different events. I'm really excited about this. This is in September in Florida. And the first segment is going to be with Lou. He's going to have a comedy show for an hour. And at the end, you'll have everyone's going to get a picture with Lou as well. And Jack and I, if you want. But yeah, we'll be there. So that's the comedy show. If you want to get tickets there, you can get that separately. We'll also have a gun range event with Lou as well. Hence, Don't Shoot Lou. He's a comedian. I don't know how good he is at shooting. I'm really excited to see how I compare, and if I can get I'm definitely going to challenge Lou to a target practice duel. That'll be fun. But yeah, that's for an hour as well. So you can come, bring your own guns, bring your own ammo, and come shoot. And then lastly, we're going to have a VIP hangout. So that's the one down there. And you may or may not see some other special guests beyond just, but we'll see. With Lou, Jack, and I will definitely be there. And that's just for us to hang out, lounge, meet the other people that are there. And just relax after shooting all those guns. So, yeah, I'm really excited for that. So just check that out.
On Eventbrite.
See the different events, and maybe you can come out here in Florida.
Right. So just Google Don't Shoot Lou comedy event, and you could just Google those terms. It'll come right up. Okay.
And is the website phoevent.com?
Yeah, it should be pho event. So
got it.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because we only ever post one event at a time. So yeah, so if you just go to phoevent singular.com.
Yeah. Or just Google Don't Shoot Lou, whatever.
Yeah, or Don't Shoot Lou event. That works too. Cool. All right. So yeah. Oh, thanks, Paul. Pretty decent with the carbon.
And also
think
thanks
so.
to Robert.
I think so. Oh, hey, Robert. Thank you so much. What's up? Hope you are well.
Yeah.
Nice to see you again. Okay. Yeah. So those are the events coming up. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
New book. So, yes, I do want to plug this because I was just on the Tom Woods show for this book specifically. So, this is my latest nonfiction book, A Vision for a Libertarian Future. It's super cool. It is the sequel to my first book, Libertarian Voluntarism. It's got a great cover. And I think you could see right here, look how beautiful it is, right? You could see it's got It's got Rothbard up there. It's got Macy's. It's got Molinari. It's got Bastiat, right? Look at that. That's just a piece of art. Even if you don't read it, just the cover alone's worth it. But it's definitely worth reading because it gives you a good sense of how we can be consistent in our advocacies for reducing the size, scope, and power of the state. And it does so in a very intelligent and kind of cogent way of getting you to think about, oh, okay, how do things in the real world, like right now, things we can think about and apply this to, like, kind of manifest. So it's, really great way to help arm yourself with some facts and some knowledge. And it even talks about, who will build the roads. So definitely pick that up. It's on Amazon. You can also network to it by going to jackvloyd.com. But yeah, I especially do want to plug really quick here that Tom Woods episode. Let me see if we can find here.
Yeah, I really like your series so far. I mean, they go together. The first one is about just laying out the base principles, just if you want to understand what we stand for and what it means to be a libertarian voluntarist, that's what that book, your first one, is about.
Right. And if you see right here, it's on Tom Wood's show, it's specifically episode 2326. So if you check out his show, it's a great show. Highly recommend it. He interviews awesome people. He asks great questions, and he asked me some great questions as well. So I think you'll find it fascinating. Definitely, even before getting the book, feel free to listen to that show. It's, on YouTube, and it will give you kind of a sense of what it's all about. And I think it'll inspire you to want to actually read the rest of the book. So definitely check out Tom Woods TV, subscribe, and check out his membership thing too, because it's a lot of fun to hang out with other like-minded people in Liberty. So.
But yeah, and then I like that it pairs well with your first book together. So learn the principles, and then now how do we actually get to a world where the principles are respected, that you are actually having individual body and property rights respected for all, and how do you have a transition to that sort of society from the current society that we have, which is this monolithic, centralized, governmental system across the board that's overbloated and inefficient. So yeah, check out the book, check out the podcast, and yeah, let us know your thoughts. Definitely open to being challenged there. And if you have any ideas on different ways to transition, let us know.
Yeah.
So that's what we want to do. We really just want to reduce the size, scope, and power of the state and stop just having all these victims. So speaking of victims of the state, let's get into the monthly topic. So gonna be reading an article today about how the government performed radiation experiments on U.S. citizens. So let's just get through it here. Okay, so this is from interestingengineering.com. Okay. All right. Marcia Wendorf. All right. Let's read the okay. So nuclear guinea pigs, radiation experiments performed on U.S. citizens. So this was during the Cold War, apparently. And the U.S. conducted experiments with radioactive substances on its citizens. Well, its citizens. See how there's that possessive word there? So ridiculous. Okay. All right. So starting here, in a dark corner of U.S. history lies the unfortunate fact, many unfortunate facts, that between 1944 and 1974, 3 U.S. agencies, the Atomic Energy Commission, the Department of Defense, and the National Institutes of Health, conducted more than 4,000 secret radiation experiments on U.S. citizens, including children. Between April 1945 and July 1947, in experiments performed at hospitals in Rochester, New York, Oak Ridge, Tennessee, Chicago, Illinois, and San Francisco, California, subjects were injected with various types of radioactive substances. 18 subjects were injected with plutonium, 6 with uranium, 5 with polonium, and at least 1 with americium. Is that how you say it? All right, well, you can read it there. In 1986, the U.S. House Committee on Energy and Commerce released a report entitled American Nuclear Guinea Pigs, 3 decades, 30 years of radiation experiments on U.S. citizens. Then, in November 1993, journalist Eileen Wellsome began a 3-part story in the Albuquerque Tribune newspaper that described government experiments that were conducted on Americans during the Cold War. For her effort, Wellsome received a Pulitzer Prize in 1994. Walsum's reporting led to the creation of the Advisory Committee on Human Radiation Experiments by President Bill Clinton. Okay. The committee published its results in 1995. The report described the following instances where Americans were dosed with radioactive substances without their express knowledge or full consent. So here are some of the summarized facts here. So 57 normal adults were fed spheres containing radioactive uranium and manganese at the Los Alamos Scientific Laboratory in the 1960s. 20 elderly adults were fed radium or thorium at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology during the early 1960s. 18 terminally ill patients were injected with plutonium in hospitals in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, Rochester, New York, Chicago, and San Francisco. 6 emotionally disturbed or homeless patients with normal kidney function were injected with uranium salts at the University of Rochester from 1946 to 1947. Wow, so for a year, I mean, even one person is a lot, so just talking like 6, 50. Okay, going on. 131 inmates at Oregon and Washington state prisons had their testicles irradiated between 1963 and 1971. Jeez. 14 people in Richland, Washington were exposed to tritium during 1951 and 1952, either by breathing, eating, or bathing in it. 102 people were fed particles containing strontium, barium, or cesium between 1961 and 1963 at the University of Chicago and the Argonne National Laboratory. 54 patients in a hospital near the Oak Ridge Institute for Nuclear Studies and who had normal intestinal tracts with radioactive calcium and strontium. And who had normal intestinal tracts were fed lanthanum 140 during the early 1960s. 12 terminally ill cancer patients at Columbia University and Montefiore Hospital in the late 1950s were injected with radioactive calcium and strontium. 14 people in 1967 were either injected with or drank radioactive promethium at the Hanford Environmental Health Foundation and Battelle Memorial Institute in Richland, Washington. 10 people were either injected with radioactive phosphorus or else fed Columbia River fish, which were contaminated with radioactive phosphorus in 1963. What is that picture? So is that actually from one of the experiments?
Inhaling radioactive substances.
So from the Department of Energy.
So they're inhaling it in there, yep. Mm-hmm.
Gosh. Okay, so this section is about the specific experiments that were on infants and pregnant women. So in 1945, researchers at Vanderbilt, if you know that name, University gave 829 pregnant women what were described as vitamin drinks, but which actually contained radioactive iron. The experiment was to see how fast the radioisotope passed into the women's placentas. Yeah, that's really messed up, when you don't even consent to that. It's horrible. While the mothers experienced rashes, bruises, anemia, hair and tooth loss, and cancer, at least 4 of the children who were subsequently born to these women died from cancers, including leukemia. In 1953, at the University of Iowa, the Atomic Energy Commission began testing the effect of radioactive iodine on newborns and pregnant women. Researchers gave between 100 and 200 microcuries of iodine-131 to pregnant women to determine whether radioactive iodine crossed the placental barrier. Another just seems like it would. Okay. Another study gave 25 babies who were less than 36 hours old and who weighed between 5.5 and 8.5 pounds, iodine-131, either by mouth or injection, then measured the amount of iodine in their thyroid glands. An AEC study at the University of Nebraska College of Medicine fed iodine-131 to 28 healthy infants through a gastric tube in order to gauge the amount of iodine in the infant's thyroid glands. During 1946 and 1947, researchers at the University of Rochester injected uranium-234 and uranium-235 into 6 people to see how much uranium their kidneys could tolerate before becoming damaged. And in 1949, near the Hanford site in south central Washington state, the Atomic Energy Commission released iodine-131 and xenon-133 into the atmosphere. It contaminated a 500,000-acre area, which included 3 small towns. That's huge. Wow. In 1945, Albert Stevens received the diagnosis of stomach cancer at the UC San Francisco Medical Center. Without informing Stevens, though, a former Manhattan Project doctor, so Manhattan Project was the creation of the first nuclear bomb, right? So a former Manhattan Project doctor, Joseph Gilbert, had Stevens secretly injected with 2 isotopes of plutonium, Pu-238 and Pu-239. Prior to experimentation, scientists had assumed that 90% of injected plutonium would be excreted from the body. However, what they found was that actually 90% of the plutonium remained in patients' bones for decades. It's like literally the opposite. And they're like, oh yeah, we assumed it'd be fine. It's actually like the complete opposite. Stevens, in fact, did not have cancer. However, his accumulated dose of Pu-238 was higher than anyone had received in history at 64 SV. Not familiar with those units, despite the fact that he did not develop radiation sickness. Neither Stevens nor his relatives were told about the plutonium he had received. However, in 1975, when Stevens had died, his cremated remains were surreptitiously acquired by the Argonne National Laboratory Center for Human Radiology and the National Human Radiobiology Tissue Repository at Washington State University. So surreptitiously, is that secretly? Mm-hmm. Okay. Interesting. Wonder how they got away with that with his relatives there. A warm bowl of radiation. Sounds disgusting. Okay. In December 1995, a lawsuit was filed against the odd combination of the Quaker Oats Company, that is weird, and renowned university, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT. In an almost unthinkable experiment conducted during the 1940s and 1950s, MIT provided radioactive isotopes, which were added to the calcium and iron additives contained in Quaker Oats oatmeal cereal. The oatmeal was then served to 74 children who lived at the Fernand School, a state home for the mentally retarded located in Waltham, Massachusetts. Sorry, I have to pause. Is this article written in the 90s because they're allowed to say retarded? All right. The radioactive tracers allowed researchers to track the absorption of the calcium and iron into the children's bodies. Hey, Derek. The entire purpose of the experiment was to give Quaker Oats, that is a really weird, combination and partnership with MIT there. But anyway, the purpose of the experiment was to give Quaker Oats a leg up in its rivalry with cream of wheat cereal. A lawyer representing the children, Michael Matchin, was quoted in a 1995 Associated Press article saying, "There was an utter failure to treat these kids with any human decency." In October 1995, then President Bill Clinton apologized to the Fernand School, and the president of MIT also apologized on behalf of the school. Okay, that's how it ends. That's a weird way to end it. But okay, cool. So now you know, oh my gosh, that's just, again, what we try to cover in these monthly topics that are picked, or, whatever gets picked. Often the topics that get picked are just that, what has really, government done to us and our rights, and what are the things that they do and have done secretly and clandestinely that are crimes against humanity. So there you have it. Another example there. So before we move on, hopefully you learned something there. Let me know in the chat if you actually knew that before. And thank you to my monthly supporters for actually choosing that. Really appreciate you guys and helping to suggest what we do for these monthly streams. So before we get into our last segment of the night, which we're going to be covering the latest memes. There's all kinds of memes every month. Like hundreds of thousands and millions of memes. I can't go over it all. But Jack here has picked out the memes that he wants me to see. So I'm excited. I haven't seen them before. So thank you. But before we do that, I definitely want to thank our monthly fiducers. So starting with Custom Joe Roasting. This is CJ Roasting Coffee. If you go to cjroasting.com, let me grab. All right, so I recently picked up a bundle and had covered this last month. So I got 3 different kinds of coffee. Of course, I mean, the bundle I got was this, was it Oriental blend or Asian blend? Whatever he called
Asian
it.
blend.
Oh, okay. Oriental blend. Okay. So yeah, Asian blend. You got Vietnam, medium dark. I'm a blonde drinker myself. This is also medium dark, Java Dutch Estate. And then the one I'm going through now, which is not in here, is Bali Blue. And yeah, it's really good. I think it's also medium dark because it tastes medium dark. Definitely doesn't taste light. But yeah, thank you so much, CJ Roasting. It feels really good to be supporting you. Someone I know is both an ANCAP and, well, yeah, pretty much is an ANCAP and loves liberty and really supports my show here. So thanks so much. And if you guys want to pick up your own organic coffee, especially if you're like, I'm tired of supporting Starbucks like I was, just go to cjroasting.com. And if you want to get 10% off their everything bundles, just type in FA-2022. I know it's 2023, but that code's still valid. So yeah, check it out. All right. And Crawford, longtime producer, thank you so much for all of your support. And yeah, he is with Taggart Atlantic Healthcare. And last but not least, we have Beto Distrafa. So thank you so much for your support this past couple years. And yeah, thank you so much. Just happy to have you guys around and going through this journey together of like, how do we get liberty in our lifetime? You know, now that we've like, you know, the nature of government, well, what do we do from here? So anywho, pick up Jack's book. A Vision for a Libertarian Future, proofread by yours truly. That's why you'll see in the acknowledgments, I would like to thank my wife, the philosopher, for always believing in me. That's not how Jack talks. And giving me the opportunity to shift the cultural Overton window towards the principle of liberty. Yeah, that's how. No, you don't talk like that either. Talk like any of that. Yeah, I can't mimic you very well. But thank you. That's so sweet. But yeah, so I read through this and just to give you an idea of the book. So what I love about it is you just go through the table of contents and you can just go right into the different areas that you're always like, okay, how do we actually get to, for example, sound market money? What is that transition when you have the Federal Reserve and all these central banks, right? How do you do that? What do you do with all of the land that government now controls? And we're just talking about the U.S. federal government. That's what this book is tailored for. This is not like, how do you transition the Chinese CCP, you know what I mean, to liberty? Like, no idea. This is specifically about the American system. So anyway, check that out. Vision for a Libertarian Future, Jack Lloyd. All right, let's get into some funny memes. Do we have a segment to play? What? Like the
yeah, I should do that. Okay, ready?
Yes, prease.
Okay, I should like add a voiceover. Funny.
Yes, prease.
Okay, cool. All right, let's get into some memes. See if I laugh. All right. Influencers after giving money to the homeless man on camera. Now thank me and shake my hand. Oh my god. No influencers I know. Okay. Please, my son. He is very sick. Okay, God. This is like it's like an IQ tester or something. Wait. He is very sick. So okay. Oh, a forklift. Oh. But who's he talking to? But like, who's sick? I don't get it. Oh, okay. That's funny though. Please, my son.
His son's the fork. The fork is sick.
The fork is sick. Okay. Anyway, it's an inanimate object.
It's okay. If you got it in the comments, if you got that one, let us know.
Yeah, let me know. Okay. All right. Me, when I pronounce Mexico as Mexico. Yeah, and then you start drinking that Jose Cuervo. Yeah, especial. And then you go to Taco Bell. Just kidding. I feel like if you're Mexican, you probably hate me if I said that. Like, oh, let's get Taco Bell. Just kidding. I'm all about those street tacos. Okay. And I'm not talking, it's colloquial, Jack. Every time I say street tacos, it's like, oh, you want tacos from the street? No. No, I want a food truck. Okay. That's called street tacos. They're on the street, Mexicans on the street, and they make delicious tacos with like onions and cilantro. And that's all you need. And on top of corn tortillas. Although, sauce is really good too. Anyway, moving on to the next meme. I'm really hungry. I'm going to sleep. The neighbors. Oh, okay. Sorry. I read that as one sentence. I'm going to sleep. The neighbor's dog. Okay. Sorry. I'm going to sleep. The neighbor's dog. This is a late night radio show. Okay. Are these memes?
This dog's face.
Are these Christian friendly memes? Because that's what it feels like. I feel like I'm presenting to an audience of elementary.
Some of
children.
these, I mean, I don't know. I thought they were
like the forklift is like, okay, these are
family
friendly show.
Some of it's family friendly.
Okay, never
not
mind.
all of it. Don't bring
all right,
kids
leave.
Yeah, this is definitely not a family friendly show.
All right. Jordan Stratton. Every time I use self-checkout, the person in front of me has never used self-checkout touchscreens or money before. That's funny.
It's so true.
Okay. That's hilarious.
It's always like, oh my gosh.
The slowest person.
You regret, like, you think, like, oh, should we have gone to the self-checkout, right? You get to the self-checkout and you're checking things out, and then you're like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? Like, do I regret going to self-checkout? And then you start looking through the lines like, oh, this might have gone faster if I'd gone over to the actual, like, regular checkout line.
Yeah, that's funny.
So true.
Hilarious.
There we go.
When you hear a short person say, when I was little, that's funny. Okay.
That's what I think
you look
about
at
you.
him like, what do you mean when you were little? Because you're still little. The life of being 5 feet. For so long, I was 4'11" and I was legally a midget. Oh, God. Being small.
Yeah.
Safe for grandma.
Is that
yeah,
too
well,
close to
she's
home
not
for
a
you?
child, so it's fine.
That's too close to
That's a cute monkey, though. All right. He looks like unseasoned boiled chicken. He does. Look at this dog. He's so happy.
I kind of want to pet him.
Oh, look, he's smiling.
Look at that happiness.
But he does look like boiled chicken.
Yeah, like,
Maybe it's just the lighting. It's probably just the lighting. He's a shaved dog. They shaved him down.
well, no, he's got hair. It's just
Oh,
so
it's
smooth.
hair?
He's just so smooth.
Oh, he's such a
pupper.
smooth dog. He looks like
Smooth
he's been
pupper.
shaved.
Smooth pupper.
All right, this next. You are never alone on the internet. All their hands. PETA. Why is PETA there? What's that top one? The Avengers?
I don't even.
Okay. Is that symbol the Avengers
I like how
or
there's
Star Trek?
The British police, and they're next
Oh,
to the
that is
CIA.
British police. Okay, yeah.
Because I definitely
I see
coordinate.
that.
They definitely
Oh, and
coordinate.
PETA is there. You're right. That's so true. That's so true.
They
PETA's like,
definitely- This random guy.
why do you think we got so many vegans? You can thank PETA, dude. They made all these videos, got these kids scared, like, oh, I can't eat beef or chicken. Why? Because when I eat them, they die. Well, you know what else dies? Bugs and plants. When you make a house to the exclusion of them.
And animals.
And animals. Anyway, I like beef.
That's why I basically just, if I want
Don't
to
take
kill an
my
animal,
beef.
all you have to do is just get a carnivore to do it for you, right? If you get a dog to kill a deer for you, then you just share meat with your dog. What's the big deal, right? Dogs, they always say, oh, well, if it's a carnivore, they can eat. Well,
True.
okay, well, then I'll just have a carnivore.
A lot of vegans have
kill
dogs.
for me.
Yeah, a lot
And
of
now what are you gonna
vegans
do?
have dogs. They don't want kids because they're vegan. If you get the cross of vegan who's not just like, animal rights, whatever. If you also get the one who's like an eco-fascist, oh my God, well, then you get a vegan that won't have kids. And
Yeah.
so what do? Especially if they're a woman, they can't fight that maternal instinct. So like, let me get a puppy. And exactly. Puppies or dogs are carnivores. Okay. Doge. speaking of Doge, okay, we're watching a bear eat a fish in a bear documentary. Watching a bear eat a fish in a fish documentary. Oh yeah, that's so true.
Right?
Yeah, like, but when you watch a bear document, right, like polar
Perfect tie-in.
bears, you're like, oh, cool, bears eating fish. But if you like learn about like the ocean, you learn about little shrimps and like little clams and stuff. You see them getting eaten, you're like, oh, just kidding, not me. I'm still like, I'd eat that fish, especially clams and stuff. Okay, me hoping nobody notices the pimple on my face.
That's you every time.
Yeah, right when you get it, you just.
You immediately like.
Why does that fish look like it sounds like this? I'm sorry. I mean, maybe it has like a nice British accent, like "Hello, mate," but it's a fucking fish. It doesn't have an accent. Okay, all right,
Actually,
that's hilarious. Next meme.
I was gonna say on that note, it reminds me how like, basically like for like the past, I don't even know. You can see right here. So I had this pimple that literally would not go away for like 2 months,
This
and
is
it's
a
finally
funny
healing.
meme segment.
Yes, finally, as you can see. So basically, I learned that like pulling my nose hairs out with
I could have told you that. Wait, I have.
well,
I've been telling you that.
with a tweezer was not the
Been
best
telling
idea.
you
I
for
think that
years.
was not a good idea. So scissors are the way to go. Just like, you know, scissor your nose hairs. Don't pluck them with tweezers. Then it's just going to create problems. So you don't want that in your life.
All right, welcome to Pores 101. Hey, you know the hairs in your nose are meant for a specific purpose? This is literally what I told him. But I'm just so glad you are no longer plucking your nose hairs. And you are like, okay, let me just trim those little hairs. That's it. No one's going in your nose. They don't need a wax nose. And anyone who wants a wax nose is freaking weird. Okay?
Well,
you need
maybe.
those hairs. You need those hairs. Why do you have boogers? Okay. Boogers are literally a sign to you that your nose hairs did its job.
True.
And caught stuff.
Yeah. But
so value your nose.
I've had to learn the hard way. I had to learn the hard way.
All right. Anyway, cool. Well, I'm glad you did.
Thanks.
No. Okay. Millennials finally buying a house. Oh, they're gay. Oh no. Okay. I get it. They're building a box where I got it. That's hilarious.
You got in before it was too late.
I did. Just paid my taxes. Oh, I love this guy. The road should be fixed any day now. I mean, love him as a model. That's funny. Just paid my taxes and my licenses, license fee and what. Okay. Mentally unstable, financially dependent, high drama single moms on dating apps. You can be part of this. Oh, Greta Thunberg.
Honestly, that's so perfect.
She is. I know she's an eco-fascist, but is she vegan too?
I don't know.
I would be surprised.
You gotta check her poop to see if it is.
I think I would just ask her. Good. I would never check anyone's poop except my own, just to know, like, am I healthy? All right, me on my way to work to give it my all. He's so tired. He probably is just at like 5 hours of sleep every day. He's just tired.
I think that's you.
What's that actor again? Matt Damon.
Is it Matt? I don't. No, not Matt Damon. It isn't Matt though. I forgot the Matt.
Yeah.
But that's Matt. You when you only get like that's like you after you've worked 40 hours and they ask you to work 5 more minutes.
Chandler.
It's literally you.
Is it Matt Chandler?
Someone could tell us. Chandler. Yeah, Chandler. Yeah.
From Friends.
Matthew Perry.
Thank you, Matthew Perry.
Thank you for coming.
It's Chandler from Friends.
Chandler from Friends. Matthew Perry.
Poor Chandler. He's just known. Okay. My bed when I try to sleep. My bed when I try to wake up.
So true.
I get it. That's funny.
It's so true.
Hard to sleep. Hard to get up. Yeah. Okay.
That was my favorite.
Oh, Godzilla. Go ahead and destroy the government, District Godzilla. Make the people happy. Oh, my declaration of memes. Love it. Love it. Declaration of memes. All right. Me, I'm gonna start eating healthy. Also, me all weekend. Pizza Hut. Nah, dude, I've been pretty good. We've been pretty good.
I actually would eat some pizza right now.
For me,
I wish I
it's
had
actually
pizza.
like I'm gonna start eating at home more. Also, me all weekend.
Yeah.
Going out to getting some fun. All right.
Yeah, I feel this though. I would like some pizza.
Sometimes you just need a good pizza.
You do. You need a good pizza.
That's fun.
What's up?
Oh, super galactic, fantastic dimension.
Yeah.
Hey,
What's up, Jerry?
cool art. Awesome.
He is my fellow creator in
Oh,
Liberty.
it's Jerry. What's
Yeah.
up? Very cool.
Oh, there we go.
All right. I'm making an omelet. Flips omelet. I make scrambled eggs. That's me.
That is you.
Okay, dude, when your mom's a chef, okay, and she doesn't teach you because she's like, no, I'm chef. Get out kitchen. Sit down. Eat my food. She's not gonna teach you. It's just like you grow up and you get out and you're like, wow, I just know how to boil water and make scrambled eggs. But
You've been learning. You
some
you
trial and
mastered
error.
you mastered
Some
the art
wasted steaks,
of the air
over
fryer.
dried chicken and over dried beef. But you know, been doing pretty good. What do you say, Jack? You know, you
Good
liking my teriyaki beef sometimes?
Like you're batting pretty good. You're batting
I know, it
700.
ain't no Michelin restaurant. Okay, whatever.
The one
I ain't trying to be a chef.
the one that had some bugs in it was kind of tough.
Oh, that was horrible. I don't know what happened. That
I
came
don't know
with the
either.
broccoli.
Yeah,
or
I
something.
think something happened. There was like some like little flies or something in it.
It was a lot.
It was not good.
Horrible.
Yeah. So wash your veggies.
Yeah,
Wash-
usually I do, but you know, we're
Oh,
talking hundreds
on
of
that
meals and like one time.
cook your food.
So just got to defend this bad rap I'm getting. Okay. All right. When the Chinese food was undercooked, right? Like the cat wasn't cooked.
That's basically what I'm afraid of with you, honestly.
Okay.
haven't
For the
thoroughly
record,
thawed
I've
the cat.
literally never eaten cat or dog. Okay. So just pretty much everything else.
Everything else.
Like I've had balut, which is, yeah, it's literally baby birds
baby birds.
and an egg. You know, I've eaten that a lot of times. The soup is so good. Just really good. Anyway, but I've never had cat or dog. Don't plan to, really don't want to. Think it's because like was born in America, and here it's just like cats and dogs are so cute. They're domesticated. You just know. But like chickens, frogs, alligators, deer, clams, all kinds of shellfish, gooey ducks, all kinds of things. I just eat it up.
We had kangaroo. Kangaroo. We've done that.
Oh, kangaroo jerky.
We did
Yeah,
kangaroo jerky.
not like fresh.
Not well.
That'd be cool
How
to have
fresh
like
would that
a
be?
fresh gator. Wrestle it out the swamp. Ah! Cut its neck. Just kidding. I couldn't do that. All right. Adam Serious, brow tweeting. Oh, that's the coolest. Oh man, why am I the philosopher? I need to be brow tweeting. That's fucking cool. Okay, nobody. Tomato slices when you start to eat a sandwich.
That's so true. I hate that. They need to make tomato slices like with gravity.
No, workaround is if you just like chop them up into little pieces.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll still fall out, but at least you'll get, you know, a lot of them. If turtles hate straws so much, explain this. That's like the thing you need to put down next time, like on Twitter, Instagram, there's some like ad of like, you know, save the planet. Switch to metal straws that impale the back of your neck. If you fall.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm not into that.
Oh God.
All
this
I know,
should be the. This should have been the ad.
This is what the future of
where
AI
Bud Light,
holds for
where
us.
Bud Light's going. This is what should have been the ad. You know, Dylan Mahaney.
Thanks, Hunter. I really feel like a woman now.
Anyway, I look at Hunter Biden. I'm like, God, to be born in that family. No wonder he did so much
I don't
drugs.
blame him for doing. That's what I mean. I don't.
Doesn't make him innocent. Just
I don't blame Hunter Biden for doing crack. That makes sense.
how far
That's
does that dysfunctional tree go back in their family tree? I
right.
don't know.
That makes the most sense
Bidens.
out of anything they've done is him doing crack. I'm like, I get that. If my dad was Joe Biden, I might do crack too.
All the memes that came out of the. So funny. It's like a legend now. Like these are just like infamous photos now. All the Hunter Biden leaks, isn't it? Like especially the one where it's like it was like a prostitute and he's grabbing her hair, right? Like so weird. Okay. Creepy. Okay.
Okay.
Someone's child. Okay, when you're reading Proverbs and you can relate more to the fool than the wise, prudent man. Oh, that's funny. I only got to Genesis.
And then what happened?
Got through Genesis, rather. And then I was like, dude, everyone used to be over 900 years old. Holy crap. What happened? What happened? Oh, and then there's a massive flood.
There's actually,
and then I got bored and I'm like, I don't get it. This doesn't make any sense. And then I was like, I gotta like take care of my immediate life.
They actually hid this in scripture, but there's a special person.
But you're really well read.
Yeah, well, actually, because they actually had male vitality back then, and Alex Jones brought that back. So male vitality is what let people live past 900, and then it went dark after the flood. So.
How come we don't see anyone past like 100-ish?
Well, they just began it. I mean, it's right now, male vitality is just a new thing. So we got to wait.
Fake news. All right. Door 1, you're ugly. Door 2, you have no friends. The meme you sent was trash. You better watch your mouth. That's so funny. Like, you don't get mad. You're ugly. Nothing. The meme I sent was trash. Watch your mouth. That's hilarious. I love SpongeBob. Okay. My professional writing style. When I start talking, hey, you don't know me.
That's how I feel, honestly.
That is like me, definitely, when I write.
Yeah.
It's like, we need individual body and property rights for all.
Right.
And then, like when I talk, I was like, hey, everybody, how's it going? Anyway, I feel like you thought of me when you picked these memes.
That's what I did. Okay,
fun fact. A majority of archaeologists are women due to their natural ability to dig up the past. Oh, is that true that a majority of archaeologists are women? That's so funny. She's so happy digging up the past. She just wants to understand, She's like, I just got to analyze everything, comprehend all the details.
I mean,
no matter how painful. All right, next slide.
It's not ancient history, but a lot of women will go back at least a few years, sometimes 6 months.
5 years ago, you didn't take out the trash.
Exactly.
And I didn't tell you my needs in the moment, but I'm still mad that you just didn't know. Oh my gosh. Shave Keanu looks like he's about to take 50 points from Gryffindor. he does look like
Snape. That'd be funny.
That's funny.
Like nice guy Snape.
Oh, no. The next Harry Potter, they need to have Keanu.
Keanu Snape.
Hey, Harry. That'd be funny. He really doesn't say much words in the movies he's in. Yeah, he really isn't an action actor, All right. How I sleep knowing I've successfully wasted 4 months of 2023. I guess real well. Is that American Psycho?
I don't know if it's from American Psycho, but it's definitely Christian
like
Bale.
That guy.
It's definitely Christian Bale.
Yeah, Christian. That guy. Christian.
Yeah,
Bale.
that guy.
New houses. Please don't hurt me. Old houses. Try that again. I'll break your other hand as well. Right. Oh, that's so cool. If I was from the 70s, I'd be like, they don't make it like the 70s anymore.
That's pretty much.
Wasn't it like refrigerators? Like from the 70s, you could literally like be in them for a nuclear fallout. Was that?
No. That's just an old wives' tale.
Oh, god damn it. I mean, dang it.
I mean, as many barriers as you can have between you and radiation, but I don't think, unless those things were like lead lined with like thick lead, it ain't doing anything.
So basically, we're screwed. All right.
Yeah, unless you got,
we need to end the Fed before that happens.
Yeah.
Or nuclear
I will say
war
the
worldwide
new houses
happens.
have been a boon, for people who basically are invested in wall repair, right? Especially since Monster Energy came out and all the Kyles who are.
It's big.
Walls.
It's big wall.
Yeah, big wall.
They're like, hey, let's build these new houses cheap.
Build them cheap.
We'll be in business forever. Okay. And you know how big wall exists? Because the government. Big wall wouldn't be big without the government. Let's get it straight. Like I said, when I write eloquently. Okay. New York Post. I'm a female crane operator. Men stare at me constantly. With what? Binoculars?
Right. It's like, okay.
I think
100 feet up the first
okay. I just have to be like, I don't think it's because you're a crane operator. I think it's just because you're a pretty woman. You know, like wouldn't it
hair.
like wouldn't it just be in general men would look at you? Like, you know,
Maybe.
why would it be that they're like, oh, okay, she's going, she's not being a crane operator. I'm gonna ignore like whatever. But like as soon as she gets on that crane, wow, like I don't.
Maybe if she was in Sweden, no one would care because all the guys have long blonde hair too, or something.
What? I don't know. I don't think so. Okay. Science. OMG. I just found out that Albert Einstein was a real person. All this time I thought he was a theoretical physicist. But punny.
Very funny.
But this ain't punny memes. This is funny memes. Next.
Okay, fine.
Okay. POV. You accidentally liked a post while stalking.
I can't unlike that fast enough. Be like, ah!
Nah, you just keep it like, oh well. Okay, no, I will not. No, I will not fill out your census. Oh my god, it has a tinfoil hat.
I love the dough.
And you see how in the it's so subtle, the details in the background, it's just pure woods.
Right. The reflective pure
He's
wood.
so jacked. Why is he so jacked? That's hilarious. That's right. Don't fill out the census when they come. Okay. Yeah, I'm an informant for the FBI. I informed them that they're gay. That's good.
I like that one a lot.
And now it isn't just like gay stupid. Now it's like, oh, a lot of them are gay, right? The federal government is starting to be made up of
it is way more
men
homosexual than it used to be.
Still men, but just men who cross-dress now.
Diversity, inclusion.
Yeah. Still, the patriarchy is still there pretty much. They learned how to mold their shape into the feminine form to look less tyrannical. Just look at like the Secretary of Health. That's all you need to know. Okay, normal people today. Hey, I think they're trying to depopulate us. Me for the last 5 years. You don't say. Oh, that's funny. That's the one where they made into the Wojak version. That's hilarious. All right. When the date is going great, but she said, tap water is fine. I like Flora. Band commies, they're good. They're funny. That's funny. Yeah, we don't drink that fluoride. Socialist, hey. Communist, hey. Fascist, hey. We're all the same. Just kidding. Not exactly, but you know, we're each flavors of authoritarianism. That's funny.
You like that one? Yeah.
Yeah. Remember what you are fighting for.
We got another
Hunter Biden's dad.
Another good Hunter Biden me.
That's what. My father spent 3 years restoring this. It is his life. I mean, it is his love. It is his passion. It is his fault he didn't lock the garage. That's funny.
So good. That would be a great remake. Ferris Bueller, except it's the Killdozer.
That would be funny. Government indoctrination, homeschool. Yeah, that's right. Don't send your kids to public school. Like, no. Just don't.
Don't do it.
Liberty-loving people
Get
everywhere. Just why? Why would you offload? And this is not just government schools. Frankly, it's also just like, how can you not like be, you know, really want to be the ones to like raise your kids? You know, like if you can, it's you should at least have one parent who can stay home and actually watch your kids. Or of course, you know, if you're going to go outside the state, just and go to a private school, find one that's actually cares about your child's interests and learning, because there are private schools that, in my opinion, are in some ways just as bad and do also indoctrinate towards the state anyway. You know, and it's still compulsory where children are forced to learn, you know, whatever teacher, you know, is telling them to learn. So really look into that, you know, that idea of like self-directed learning. And what does that mean? You know, just like you self-direct your own learning now, I hope, as an adult, right? Nobody's like coming into your house and it's like, hey, pick up this book, read this or that, write me a paper and send it back, without your consent. Like, no one's doing that. You usually just, you should be just like figuring out what you need to learn based on where you're going next in your career. So you really shouldn't have that robbed from you at such an age, that freedom to actually choose what you learn and to dictate your own learning. Like, why have that taken from and take that away from someone for like 20 years of their life? They're just going to grow into an adult who doesn't know how to self-direct their own learning. And that's what you see with a lot of people who get out of college. They've literally spent 24, 25 years of their life being told exactly how to work, how to research, what books to pick up, and they come out directionless, right? Or just doing the same thing over and over. So yeah, just big decision if you have kids, like who you allow to raise your children. Just really care about that. So yeah, there's lots of resources for homeschooling as well. Anyway, that's a rant. Back to funny memes. Okay, point of view. Make the I forgot his name, H3H3. Make the rich pay. You're about to hear the worst take of your life. Oh,
so true.
I read that wrong. That's funny. Okay, so you got Bosch. I don't know who the top right guy is.
He used to be with the Young Turks, I think.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, yeah, Ethan, whatever. I don't know who the guy on the bottom right is. Cool.
I forgot who it is, but
that's funny. All right, food pyramid. It's time for your 11 daily servings of bread and pasta. Oh, I remember. See, government school, yet another thing. I remember actually like being told that and thinking like, okay, so most of my diet needs to be bread, meat, and cheese, and I really shouldn't have much meat. Like, wow, it all makes sense. And then this guy, yes, USDA. That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy that they force this on people, and they did this, basically because of different lobbying efforts. And then when they had also the promotion of milk and cheese, right? It was a bunch
big dairy.
Yeah, they were pushing that on people because the government was like basically subsidizing cheese production and milk production. They were even like buying up tons of it. Oh, is this it? Oh, I think that's it.
Paid for by your tax dollars. So much calamity.
So
much calamity. Funded by. All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out. Is there anything else? Was that the last meme?
Yeah, that was the last meme in the meme collection.
Oh,
so
okay.
Again, thanks for hanging out. Don't forget, again, we're going to be at Pork Fest, so check on out Pork Fest, and we're going to be performing live on Tuesday night between the 6 and 7 arena for the main event, and then we have emo night Thursday around 8:45 to be and 9:20ish, I think. So we have two performances.
Be a fun week.
It's gonna be crazy
in the ANE Atlantic Northeast.
And then we have our Lou Perez comedy show again. Woo. Don't forget that September 9th, Saturday. So check that on out. Don't shoot Lou. Google that on Eventbrite.
I won't.
But
I'm gonna have a competition.
And last but not least,
that's right, Lou. If you're listening.
That's
sorry.
Right.
Last but not least.
No, yeah. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I just said Lou, if you're listening.
Oh, yeah, he's probably not listening. He needs to follow me back on Twitter. So, hey, Lou, if you are watching this, I've been following you for a while. You need to follow me back.
I didn't mean to distract you. What you're saying about your book?
I'm going to sneak your phone while you're visiting here. I'm going to follow myself back. That's what's going to happen.
Okay, that's not creepy. All right. So what?
Just kidding. But yeah, Vision for a Libertarian Future. Definitely pick it up. It's my latest nonfiction book. It's 2 of 3. The third one will be out, January 2024. But in the meantime, again, my first book, Definitive Guide to Libertarian Voluntarism, is very well received. Check out the reviews. Lots of people can tell you there. It's great. And then this gives you a sense of like how it can think in the big picture and consistently advocate for the size, scope, and power of the state to be reduced. So on Amazon, check it on out. That's a place to get it. It's very affordable. It's only $9.99. And yeah, easy read, tons of citations, like 163-ish citations. So lots of resource material for you to further, dive into, and you'll be happy and you'll thank yourself. So,
yeah. And I definitely want to say like, you're really receptive on Twitter. So I think people can, you see everyone's tweets if they tweet at you, right?
Yeah. I'm very responsive on Twitter. So if that's true. So if you get one of my books and you tag me on Twitter, let me know. I love hearing, when people get it and take a picture. I'll definitely reshare it. And thank you. Blaze. And I love reviews, especially when they're 5 stars, preferably. So of course. I don't buy any reviews. It's all just voluntary. I want integrity in my review. So happy to note that, this new book. This new book has all 5 stars so far, and then this book is like 4.8, 4.9 arena. So, and that's with like over 70 plus reviews too on that.
Yeah, and I bring up Twitter just because, I do a lot both of these books. Like 1, it's about principles. 2, it's how do you apply the principles and get to a free society in our lifetimes. And I would love to hear, just tweet at Jack V Lloyd. If you have any disagreements or any differing ideas. I mean, this is all, for we just want to stimulate the conversation of hey, how do we actually achieve this? How do we turn and implement theory and put it into practice? So yeah, check it out and let us know what you think. And yeah, thanks for the stream tonight. It was really fun hanging out.
It was really fun. So, all right. Take care, everybody. We will, wait, what month is this? It's May. So our next stream, I guess we will pump it out before we go to PorcFest. So we'll do another stream before PorcFest.
Because PorcFest, on the 19th. So,
right. And we should know, actually, next weekend, we're recording a new song. There's so much stuff going on. It's hard to keep it. Next week, we're also recording a new song. You're going to really like it. It's pretty amazing. So it involves both of us. It's going to be fun. And so do stay tuned. Next weekend, we'll probably have it released like we normally do. Like when we go record it, we usually release it at night. So next Saturday on the 20th, right? The 20th, we will have a new song out, and that will be serviced to all the usual places. We have it going out on Repost Network. So it goes onto Instagram and iTunes or Apple Music, Spotify, everywhere. So we'll have another song for you to jam out to. Coming up next weekend.
And in addition, we didn't mention this at all.
There's so many things.
We are working. We will be. So the Break the Great Reset music video campaign ended 2 weeks ago, and so we are in the stages of planning. We're gonna hook up. We have a call on Monday with our video producer and director and editor. All the things. Right. And it's going to be really exciting to really plan out this next music video. If you haven't heard, it's for the song Break the Great Reset. It's more of a liberty rap anthem. So I really like it. And that's actually definitely one of the songs we'll be performing at PorcFest next month. So that's great.
Right.
I think the music video will definitely be out before September, before the event with Lou. I think
I can't predict it.
I guess
I honestly I can't really stick down to it. All I know is that at 10
thanks, Beethoven.
Thank you.
Thanks, Beethoven. Destrava just talked about you earlier.
Yeah.
Monthly producer over here. And
so basically right now we're figuring out when we're going to shoot because we have to have a planning period. There's a costuming thing, and that's being custom. We already got the base elements of the costume. But we have to give it to a special tailor who has to do it with our actor. And then...
Can we say what the costume's for?
You could say it. Yeah, you could say it.
I feel like if you look at the album cover,
you can see it on the album cover. Yeah.
Break the Great Reset. Don't eat the bugs. You know
who it is, Schwab. So we have that, and then the person who is doing our video work, we have to schedule it with his schedule, and we want to do it. I think at this point, tentatively after PorcFest. Just so that all the stuff PorcFest is out of the way. And that gives us more time to plan and figure out exactly how we're going to shoot it. Because we're shooting it in a city environment. So yeah, it's going to take a few months for the production for that to go. And then of course, editing and visual effects, whatever. But I'm hopeful.
I'm excited.
It should, it's possible.
I'm doing burpees July, every day to September. Get ready. I want to look fit.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you so much, Beto Destrava. Best of luck. You're awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy Friday. If you missed it, Beto, I don't know if you're going to be in Florida or could come out, but we're having an event in September. So check that out, foevent.com. And I guess with that, we'll close it out. I'm just excited for all the things to come this year. So
and there's other stuff too, but I can't talk about it. So it's There's some stuff that's also top secret.
There's
so
also stuff that's just secret.
There's a lot of cool things coming up. So
yeah. So just stay tuned. Subscribe if you like what I do. Check out my Patreon and my Subscribe Star if you don't like Patreon. And yeah, just see you next month and in the comments, online, maybe in person as well in PorcFest. We'll see.
Yeah, we got a few events to see people at. So
yeah. So thanks everyone for all your support. Take care.